What is going on, guys? It's Jack and Jared here with Adventures of BG, and we want to talk about some eating tools. We've got a whole slew of things and stuff. What do you want to talk about first?
So one of the easiest things, if you're someone who likes less mess, you are a graham weenie, then going hands-free may be your best option. Just cooking up something in your pot, eating a stew or a soup, and slurping it down. So you could always go hands-free. And then our next option, one of the things that Jack and I use both are knives. So we each have our own knife. These really work for, a supplemental food or our lunch treats where we eat salami and cheese. We just cut through them. They're a multi-use tool, but, the big focus is on eating.
And they're really good because you can always use it for survival stuff later.
And then for those who also, are weight weenies, just any sort of plastic knife or fork that you get at your local fast food, whether that be Taco Bell or probably McDonald's has one. You can probably find a fork almost anywhere. So you could grab those. You could bring some of your fine china. Fine silver cutlery from your house. Just throw that into your stuff sack that you keep all your cooking goods in and roll out. But if you want to do some upgrades, Jack and I have an assortment of things here.
Like, probably one of the most common ones would be the Light My Fire series.
I have multiple ones myself.
This one happens to be one of the less expensive ones, plastic. It's got the fork, the spoon, and the saw fork, which I've used a few times, not very much. But this is probably, I would say, would be your go-to for the newer people. If not like just a plastic spoon from McDonald's.
You can definitely get them in a 3-pack, and they're pretty sturdy. I have snapped one before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so it is possible, but they're pretty sturdy if you're not too rough on them.
And they make the good ones. Like what is this, your normal one?
So this is my normal carry. It's the Light My Fire titanium. It's great. I've never broken it. I don't bend it, and I don't take great care of it. I just thought with everything else, so it's probably had quite a bit of pressure. The biggest issue is that it's made of titanium, so it just tears up my stuff sacks, and I would not just leave it floating in my bag on the account I'm afraid it would rip something important like a tin or a sleeping bag. So
that would be my luck.
It has a tendency to rip through with the tines, and then it's got a knife edge on the side, and so as it wiggles around in your pack, it just saws through and tears them up. So that's the biggest issue. It's good and sturdy, but if you've got a way to keep this shielded, I don't know, maybe we could put some tape on it in the future, away from ripping things up. It's great, and it's really light. My next item I use, this is the Light My Fire extra large, so it's much longer. I originally carried a deeper pot, so it was hard to get into stir, and it also makes it getting into bag cooking a little bit easier, even though I still get my knuckles kind of gross.
Gross knuckles.
Yeah, so they get sticky and things if you're bag cooking out of like a mountain house or something like that. The big issue with this is I was making salami in a skillet of my cook pot, a little skillet one time, and the grease does get hot enough that it will melt your spoon. So you can see that there. So now I don't really carry it as much, just because I'm using a wider, thinner bowl. But if you use a tall bowl or a tall cook pot, this definitely could be an option for you.
I have and use almost exclusively is the Cricut tool, right? Isn't that Cricut eating tool? They make a couple different versions. I think there's like a couple copies out now, but I like it just because it fits in my kit. I can put it inside of my cook stuff, and then I don't have the problem of my stuff getting torn up. And it comes with these little tools, like wrench tools. I've never even seen like anyone use one. It also comes with a can opener. I just use this to hook on the side of my bowl. The downside to this thing is that it's tiny and you cannot get into anything, and you get mega gross knuckles all the time. You can't eat out of a bag with it, unless you cut the bag open maybe.
Yeah, that'd be your only goal. So if you've got a really, really shallow bowl or pot, it would work great.
It also feels heavier than a titanium Light My Fire. I think it's steel instead of titanium. Now we also have this brand Duo GoBites, which is pretty cool. And they just slide apart, and then you have your regular fork and spoon. It's got kind of a knife edge.
The picture shows that it can cut through things. I don't know, what kind of things. Maybe some soft cheese, or I don't know, something very thin. you could probably cut.
Green beans.
Yeah, I don't know that you're going to go through anything like salami or summer sausage. So keep that in mind when it's got a knife edge to it.
But it's really cool because it hooks together. It's not as long as I would like, but it's supposed to be able to fit down a bag. So if you're a bag cooker, you don't get gross knuckles, which it might be a tad short for it.
You see, you got your rip line right there.
Yeah. So it would work pretty well.
Yeah, much better than this, which is that size, or this little eating tool that would.
I wouldn't eat with that thing.
Yeah. So if you're a bag cooker, the GoBites might be your best option.
Which is actually what deterred me from ever being a bag cooker in the first place, is because I was like, oh, nothing's gonna fit down in there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to drink it. I am not a soup person. But those are some options. I personally really like my Cricut tool.
Yep, and I've grown accustomed to the titanium Light My Fire.
But I would say the Light My Fire titanium would be probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, I think so.
On the market.
So, go ahead and let us know what you're using in the comments below. We'd be happy to hear about it and consider some new eating tools in the future.
Thanks a lot, guys. We really appreciate you watching. Come back next time.